We're here today with Maya. Maya's a grade 7 student at Isan Academy, and Maya was one of the finalists for the Isan Academy Science Fair competition, who went on to compete at the regional competition that was held at St. Mary's University. So, Maya, before we get you to walk us through your project and what you did and how you did it, um, I gotta ask you, what made you want to compete? Because a lot of kids and a lot of people, when they hear about competition or science fair, they're just not motivated, driven, or confident enough to do something like that. So I want to know, what was it that allowed you to compete? Like, what's going on that made you want to do this?
Well, a lot of people supported me, including my family, my friends, my school, my brother, my teachers. I'd like to thank my science teacher because she kind of supported me a lot. She's like, "No, you can do this. You're gonna do great. Even if you don't win anything, you still moved on to the regionals." And she also helped me a lot, like understanding the topic more. And my brother, he also supported me a lot, and you know, told me that not to worry about anything. Yeah.
So would you say that the people in your life had a great effect on you even wanting to do this? Do
Mm-hmm.
you think you would have done it had that not been there, that support network and all that encouragement, or what would have happened?
Maybe I would have done it, but I probably would have been like less confident. Like I wouldn't really like believe I would do anything, and I would kind of I would kind of slack off. Like I probably wouldn't present it that well because I wouldn't be that confident. I'd be like, yeah, I shouldn't even try. I I don't think I'm gonna win.
So can you please walk us through your project and tell us a little bit about it?
Well, my project is how to measure pH levels with a red cabbage. So pH just practically means acidity. And normal pH indicators are used in labs and they're really expensive. So red cabbage is actually a reliable and it's also a cheaper alternative to other expensive pH indicators like litmus paper, phenol red, other stuff like that.
So Maya, how the heck did you identify red cabbage? Like, of all the things you could have found, what made red cabbage stick out to you of using this instead of anything else?
Well, red cabbage has this chemical in it called anthocyanin. So, anthocyanin is what causes it to change color. So, if you put something acidic, the anthocyanin molecules kind of stabilize and then they turn into a reddish color. But if you put something basic, which means it's not acidic, the anthocyanin molecules, um, like their color kind of fades in because they're originally like a bluish violet color, which is why red cabbages are this color.
So you had this great project, you had all this support behind you. How did you do once you got to the science fair? Like, how did you feel? Like, walk us through the whole thing.
Well, I felt really nervous. The whole thing was pretty nerve wracking because I would see a bunch of other projects there, and then I'd be like, oh no, these projects look so cool, I'm gonna lose. But yeah.
So how did you do once you got there? Like, what? How did you feel? What did the judges say when they came up to talk to you? Like, what was that experience like?
Well, at first, I was thinking like the judges were gonna be really strict, but they ended up being pretty nice. And if I messed up, if I messed up in my words, they wouldn't really they wouldn't kind of hold it over my head. They would just let it go.
Okay, nice. And how did you finish off? What place did you win? How did you do in terms of the final judging?
Well, I got best chemistry project along with another student from a different school.
Maya, congratulations on all that you've accomplished, and thank you so much for giving us your time.